What's up guys? In this video I'm gonna make a Don Toliver type beat. I'm gonna make something a little bit more on the chill side but with some very kind of hard drums. I'm gonna try to use a lot of different textures and just weird sounds and just have some randomness and some samples that I'm making. Now let's get to it. I'm gonna go a bit slow for the BPM around 137 and then I'm gonna start crafting my chords. For the processing, I use Cymatics memory to kind of give it a little bit of wobble, some EQ, took off some lows, and then I use some crystalline to make it sound bigger. Next, I think I want to add some bass. I normally add other stuff like maybe textures or arps, but I just want to get the bass out the way. I think we're just gonna leave the bass alone and not process at the moment. I'm gonna add a very light texture with this. For the pad, so it has something to kind of work with. I'm gonna definitely add some kind of randomness to this. For this first random sound, I used the chords as my reference, and instead of having it follow the exact same midis from the chords, I just chose 2 notes from them from each measure and just kind of put them random. Like you see this one's close, but this one's a little bit more out, then this one goes down. You kind of get the idea, and I like how it's just unpredictable, but of course it's still in key and matches everything. And then for my processing, I used Portal. I only had the whiteness around 75%, so it's not too much. And then for my EQ, I EQ'd a lot of stuff actually, because since the Portal manipulates the grain of stuff of audio, it can sound a bit too hectic, so I have a lot of highs and lows cut off. But of course you can still hear the effect though. I use Cinematics Deja Vu again just to kind of make it sound a little bit more darker, and then I use some OTT so that it stands out a little bit more. Next I want some kind of lead, and I want the MIDI to be a little bit more active. I'm not gonna lie, I spent like 20 minutes trying to find the right processing for this one sound, but I think I found it and I think it sounds good. So similar to the other sound that I made, a lot of EQ going on, both on the lows and the highs. Use the filter to make sure that high end wasn't too harsh to the ears. Use crystalline for some good space. Then some gate light for that stutter effect for the volume. And then use Portal again with the wetness at 50%. It kind of gives it that nice cool delay effect you'll hear in a second. And then some OTT again to also bring out the sound too. Next, I want some kind of synth key that just goes up the scale like really rapidly, like that. This is kind of what I had in mind. It took a bit to put it in, so I just kind of did it and then just cut to now. The voice is a little bit more random, and the notes follow the exact MIDI of the chords, and I just double them for the higher notes. For the EQ, I have a lot of lows and highs cut off. I use Deja Vu again by Somatic so that it gives it that underwater dark effect, and then I have some delay so that after the sound was played the first time, it keeps going on, and then some OTT so that it stands out a little bit more. I have a sequence synth that just follows the root notes of the chords, and I'm gonna just add a lot of stuff to it and just make it sound like not even melodic, almost just kind of like a texture. Now use all the melodies and the textures together so far, and after this we're going to get to the drums. For the drums, I'm going to start with the snare. Alright, I think I'm done with the beat because I don't want to overwhelm myself too much, so I'm going to just mix it and then show you the whole thing. And that's the beat. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it's accurate to Don Toliver's type of style. And yeah, drop a comment down below what you thought, and like the video, and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.